very much welcome you and thank you. Before starting, I kindly request all of us to stand up for the national anthem of the hosting country. Thank you very much. Have a seat. In this fifth World Laser Congress, we will have more than 100 participants from 19 countries. Most of them are joining us online. And we have also really great speakers, scientists, professionals in the laser sector, academicians, who will give us insight on a number of topics related to the global view of livestock, raw stock, value chains, supply chains, advances in the laser development, processing and sustainability, trade, policy and regulations. I am confident each one of us will gain and will have something to take home, which we will be able to use in our respective institution or enterprises. Now, allow me to invite Mr. ገብረመድህን, Acting Executive Director of Africa Laser and Laser Products Institute, to deliver his welcome speech. Please, Mr. ገብረ welcome.
Good morning and good, or some others also, good evening from Skylight Hotel, Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. His Excellency Mr. Tarekeny Bululot, State Minister of Industry, distinguished Dr. Kerry, Senior Secretary, International Council of Tanners, Excellency Ambassadors and heads of delegations, distinguished ICT Executive Committee members, speakers, colleagues, distinguished participants, all protocols observed. It gives me great pleasure to extend to you all a very welcome on behalf of ALPI and to say how grateful we are to the International Council of Tanners, ICT, for accepting our invitation and allowing us to host the 5th World Laser Congress here in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. It's an opportune time to establish or renew contacts, discuss challenges among the participants of the one-day Congress in general and among African participants and the rest of the world in particular. The importance of laser sector in Africa cannot be overemphasized. Africa's abundant and renewable resource of large population size of cow, sheep, and goat is labor intensive with the potential to be a major source of employment all along its value chain. Despite the availability of this sustainable and the renewable resource, however, the gap between the resource availability, production, and trade are tremendous. Africa Laser and Laser Products Institute, accepted as a major reference point in the laser sector, seeks to transform the continent's laser sector from production and export of raw semi-processed hides and skins to production and export of finished products and enhance the laser sector trade integration regionally as well as globally. I understand that the laser sector is facing a lot of challenges due to the pandemic, similar to the problems faced by other sectors of the global economy, and I have also sector-specific challenges. It's my firm belief that the Congress, which is to be conducted with the laser, with the theme laser, the gift of nature, will discuss them, and at the end of its one-day Congress, come up with viable solutions and recommendations that address the challenge and enable the sector's sustainable development. Before I close my welcome speech, let me acknowledge the government of Federal Republic of Ethiopia in general and the Minister of Industry, Lidi, in particular, for all the supports in organizing the FIVS Congress as co-hosts. I also would like to congratulate the organizing committee for the work well done in the preparation and organizing the Congress. Thank you, Professor Mokonnen, with your team. We are very grateful for the support extended by our sponsors, whom I hope will get to meet here in the Congress Hall or on the Congress virtual platform. As gold sponsors, we have TFL. As silver sponsor, we have Petards Global. As bronze sponsor, we have ATC, Chromagenia Unit, Bachmann International, CICB, and the ILCO. We would like also to thank our media partners. Last but not least, I would like to thank ICT Secretariat for all their support and enable as FIVS World Laser Congress to happen here in Africa. With these few words, I hope the conducting of this Congress in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, will contribute to the opening up of new networks, broader cooperation, and more integration of the laser sector in general and Africa in particular. I also wish for those who are attending the Congress physically an interesting and pleasant stay in Addis Ababa, and for those attending the Congress virtually, I wish them all the best wherever they are. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Gabriel Xavier, for this very remarkable speech. Now we'll go to our second welcome presenter, Dr. Kerry Senior, Secretary of the International Council of Tanners. Dr. Kerry also is representing the International Council of Tanners President, Professor Minihija Munikione, who is the Executive Director of the Africa Laser and Laser Products Institute. Professor Minija is really instrumental in bringing this Congress to Africa, to Ethiopia, in organizing. He is not able to be with us today due to a small health problem, which we all wish him a quick recovery, and we hope he will be back to his duty station very soon. All of us, we have his welcome message, but Dr. Kerry from the International Council of Tanners, through the online system, we will expect him to give us the opening speech, I request our IT team to link him. Let us welcome Dr. Kerry. Thank you very much.
Good morning, everybody. I am Dr. Kerry Senior, Secretary of the International Council of TAMAs, also known as the ICT. I'm very glad to be able to welcome you to this 5th edition of the World Leather Congress in Addis Ababa. It's a great pleasure to be able to speak to you today, although regrettably not in person. I would just like to take this moment to thank the African Leather and Leather Products Institute for their organisation of this event under very difficult and changeable conditions. For background, the ICT was established in 1926 to establish a uniform contract for trade in hides, skins and leather. Today, the ICT is a global membership organisation representing the national and pan-national trade associations of 34 countries, including the majority of leather-producing countries. ICT works closely with its member associations and also with other leather organisations such as Leather Naturally and the Leather Working Group to address the challenges faced by the leather industry today. I'm also Director of Leather UK, the trade association for the UK leather industry, and through our membership of COTANS, the European Leather Association, we work very closely with our colleagues in Europe. The global leather industry has endured significant pressure in recent years, but nothing is compared to the issues that have arisen during the COVID-19 pandemic. Lockdown saw tanneries closed across the world, our retail partners closed, and demand for leather fell. Reduced slaughter numbers meant fewer hides at higher prices. Even now, COVID is impacting the industry, with recent reports that in Thailand, 80% of tanneries are closed due to new outbreaks, and we still have massive disruption to our supply chains. We've also seen longer trends of issues for the leather industry. We are frequently attacked for alleged harms to animals, the climate, places and people, the vast majority of which are completely without substance. Consumer attitudes have changed, with fashion and lifestyle choices such as veganism causing some consumers to reject leather. New materials that purport to be better choices in leather performance and sustainability are appearing all the time. And in the name of spurious sustainability claims, some of our customers are rejecting leather. This includes the recent announcement by Volvo that in order to help reduce the number of cattle on the planet, they would not use leather in their new electric cars, cynically disregarding the fact that leather manufacture does not drive cattle rearing. These have been difficult times, but the industry has been through difficult times before and has endured. This is why the World Leather Congress is so important. It provides a vital opportunity for the industry to come together and collectively look to the future. Today, we will hear from highly regarded industry experts on where our industry is and where it is going. We will discuss the status and challenges for our supply chains and raw materials to finished products. We will hear about the steps being taken towards ever-improved sustainability and novel technologies that can help deliver that. And there will be updates on the policy, regulatory and commercial drivers affecting trade and sustainability and some options available to tanners to meet those challenges. The insights of today will be followed by the 16th IULTCS Congress, where leather scientists and technologists will discuss the scientific advances and innovations that will take the leather industry to a cleaner, more sustainable future. All of this demonstrates the relevance of our industry and show that we are not a sunset industry, but one that is moving to keep pace with the modern world. However, we cannot afford to be complacent, and ICT has been working on behalf of the global industry to meet the emerging challenges. With other industry bodies, we have challenged the basis for the score given to leather in the HIGCO Sustainability Index, developed by the Sustainable Apparel Coalition. This index allows designers, brands and others to determine the environmental impact of materials. Because of the limited scope of the MSI, natural materials such as leather score very badly compared to synthetics such as polyester. While HIGCO maintained that scores should not be used to compare between materials such as leather against polyester, the MSI is frequently cited as showing how much worse leather is for the environment compared to other materials. Much of the problem with the MSI for score for leather is its reliance on out-of-date data and assumptions, particularly around the allocation of livestock rearing to our raw materials. ICT and its partners have been in discussions with HIGCO and SAC to update their data sets with more relevant data, which will greatly improve leather's MSI score. ICT was also a partner in the drafting of the manifesto for leather of natural fibres for the 26th COP meeting in Glasgow, which is happening at the same time as this Congress. The manifesto calls on world leaders to recognise the positive impact that leather and other natural fibres can have in meeting the challenges of climate change. Leather in particular upcycles a renewable waste from the food industry into a long-lasting, repairable material, ideal for the buy less and keep longer model that we need to adopt. This manifesto will be circulated by the national associations for the leather industry to the COP26 delegations and leaders, which should also be shared with our customers. These activities recognise that in the modern world, an industry that cannot explain itself and is not understood will soon be left behind. We are increasingly challenged to reassure our customers on the provenance of our raw materials, to prove our environmental and performance credentials, and the safety of our chemicals and products. Important questions in these areas have already been addressed. The recently published Filk report, comparing the physical performance characteristics of leather with alternative materials, clearly demonstrated that none of the alternatives tested was an equal for leather. The report on high price elasticity for US hides and now for Brazilian hides shows that leather manufacture does not drive the rearing and slaughter of animals, proving that our raw materials truly are byproducts. Work will soon be starting to evaluate the biodegradability of leather compared to the new plant-based alternatives, most of which depend on a significant content of plastic to achieve functionality. However, we need more data, and I would urge all tanners to undertake life cycle analysis of their products and processes, and very importantly, to share that data with us so that we can build a definitive database for leather production and no longer be hampered by inaccurate representations of our industry. The collected efforts will give us the necessary insights to challenge the negative claims made about our industry and reassure our customers that leather is a good choice for people and planet, a gift from nature. Thank you.
We thank Dr. Kerry Senior, Secretary of the ICT, for this meaningful speech. And it's now time to humbly request our guest of honor, His Excellency Mr. Tarraqain, State Minister, Ministry of Industry, the federal government of Ethiopia, to officially open this fifth World Laser Congress. The State Minister, His Excellency, sent us his apology. He couldn't be here due to other pressing assignments. We will see online his opening message. I still request the IT team to make that official opening speech of His Excellency. Thank you very much.
Honorable Dr. Kerry Senior, Secretariat to the International Council of Tenors, Excellency Ambassadors and Head of Delegations, distinguished International Council of Tenors Executive Committee members, speakers, colleagues, distinguished participants, it's given me great pleasure to officially open this 5th World Laser Congress organized on hybrid mode from Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, and to welcome all of you most cordially here at the Congress venue or wherever you happen to be. I would like to thank the African Laser and the Laser Product Institute, currently holding the presidency of the International Council of Tenors, and the Executive Committee of International Council of Tenors for selecting Ethiopia's venue of this biennial Congress for Global Organization for the Laser Producing Industry. It has been gratifying that the International Council of Tenors' role as source of information on the global laser industry, especially on statistics and its fundamental role of protecting and promoting laser and laser producing industry on a worldwide basis has been widely recognized and welcomed. This 5th World Laser Congress will also be contributing to advance the effort of Council still further. It is of course disappointing that we are not in a position to together in this beautiful city of Addis Ababa, as many of you are attending virtually due to the COVID-19 pandemics that cause worldwide disruptions. In our national development plan, the laser and laser product manufacturing sector has been identified as a priority sector, and the government has been supporting this sector, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic, which disturbed the global market. The program of this Congress show the presence of the compelling mix of speakers that are experts in global view on livestock, raw stock, and value chains, supply chains, laser development, including fashion and the design industry, processing and sustainability, trade, policy, and regulations. The presentation, discussion, and the deliberation of the Congress will undoubtedly provide valuable guidance as to how to address the increasing concern among the people of the world with the rational utilization of renewable natural resources and with conservation of the environment from pollution. Moreover, the interaction between colleagues from many different countries will also stimulate a creative exchange of ideas and will be personally rewarding. With these few remarks, it's now my great pleasure to declare this Congress officially open on hybrid mode from Addis Ababa and wishing you a delightful and stimulating Congress. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, His Excellency, for this meaningful speech and also officially opening the Fifth World Laser Congress. Our Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we will slightly break at this point. We are through with the opening ceremony. Before going into the serious session of science, I kindly request to go for a tea break of some, what is planned was 30 minutes, but we are a bit behind of schedule. I kindly request to come back at 10:30 exactly. Let us break for tea. And our musicians, you can entertain. Thank you very much.